Hello everyone, welcome to Audible Wisdom. Protect your eyes with your ears. I hope you enjoy listening to books.
Today I'm going to share with you a book filled with wisdom and healing power, The Awakening of Confidence. The author of this book is Alpha, formerly known as Yuli. He is not only a renowned psychotherapist, he also holds a master's degree from GVSU State University in the USA. He is also the chief instructor of the NWH Hypnotherapist Society of America. In this book, the author analyzes the experiences of thousands of people with low self-esteem. He explores the relationship between low self-esteem and self-confidence, and summarizes 7 secrets to help people with low self-esteem regain confidence. The process of reading this book is like a gentle journey of self-healing. Through an inner dialogue with ourselves, we can resolve our inner anxiety, low self-esteem, and fear. Feel the power of trust and love. Face and reconcile with ourselves. I will explain the content of this book from the following aspects. 1. The source of low self-esteem. 2. The foundation of self-confidence. 3. Developing confident behaviors and habits. Identifying the source of low self-esteem is the only way to understand the nature of it. The book presents 4 main aspects. First, the influence of denial. Low self-esteem often results from self-denial. When the result of a behavior does not meet expectations, people tend to develop self-denial. Self-denial can take 2 forms: behavioral denial and thought denial. Behavioral denial is a way of avoiding reality. It just keeps us in the same place. Thought denial, on the other hand, can elevate our thinking, turning our experiences into lessons that help us grow. The author offers 4 ways to strengthen thought denial. 1. Tear down the labels. Labels create stereotypes and preconceptions. They rob us of the ability to see the truth. When we see a different point of view in someone else's book or article, don't be prejudiced by the person, the book, or the article. Try to strip away the labels and focus on the ideas themselves. Acknowledge that everyone is imperfect. Look objectively at yourself and others. There must be a master in a group of 3. We must let go of the expert mentality and learn to accept new perspectives and challenges. Let go of the expert mentality. It's easy to think like an expert when we're good at what we do. This kind of thinking can make us reluctant to reject our own ideas. Treating ourselves as beginners allows us to grow faster. Extended thinking. When faced with a new idea, bring it into your own experience. Don't be quick to dismiss, but think more deeply. The second is to overcome the low self-esteem that is brought about by our families. Our families have a profound effect on us, but we can change it. There are 3 ways to step out of our family's shadow of low self-esteem. 1. Express confidence. Stick to what we like and are confident in. Let our parents see our strength and confidence. 2. Express emotions. Expressing our emotions correctly can help us understand ourselves better and allow our parents to know us better. 3. Express courage. We need to show the courage and ability to face our problems instead of being devastated and helpless after a setback. When we face the influence of our family, we must accept our emotions. Then we need to think about how to resolve them. Learn to think differently and feel the emotions of others. Our family not only harms us, but also gives us tolerance in life. Accepting and recognizing our family members is an important growth process. Third, the growth through setbacks. A life without setbacks is the greatest failure. Frustration is the foundation for success and the fuel for growth. The book mentions the use of memory review. Let the setbacks of the past motivate us to build our confidence. Step 1. Become aware of your emotions as a result of remembering something. Understand the truth behind the feelings. Step 2. Accept the results of the setback. Accept the truth of what happened. Quickly recover from the emotion and approach the truth. Step 3. Identify the real reason for the frustration. Think objectively to avoid missing important factors. Step 4. Accept yourself as you are. Allow yourself to fail and remain confident. Fourth, free yourself from perfectionism and procrastination. People with low self-esteem tend to strive for perfection in everything they do. They are afraid of being exposed and judged. They procrastinate and avoid responsibility. The methods suggested in the book include 1. Become aware of procrastination. Recognize your own procrastination and stop making excuses. 2. Building commitment to change. Emotional adjustment. Find and adjust the fear behind procrastination. 3. Maintain action. Make a plan for the task you are procrastinating on. Begin to take action and gradually break the shackles of perfectionism and procrastination. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of confidence. Just as the foundation of a tall building determines its height, the degree of understanding and acceptance of yourself is the foundation of the self-evaluation system. It's also a prerequisite for understanding yourself objectively. The foundation of self-confidence is built through the following 6 elements. 1. Self-knowledge. First, we need to recognize our own strengths and weaknesses. We must list these strengths and weaknesses. After the strengths, label them with the value they create. After the weaknesses, label them with the potential risks. This will help us understand ourselves better and provide direction for future improvement. 2. Longitudinal comparison. We should not compare ourselves with others. We should evaluate our progress by comparing ourselves with our past selves. Such a comparison helps us to see our own growth in a positive light. Avoid inaccurate perceptions of yourself based on external evaluation. 3. Remove inertia. Inertia refers to the unconscious behaviors and thoughts we develop in our daily lives. When our every important behavior no longer creates unwanted results due to inertia, our self-perception and self-evaluation become more accurate. This increases our self-confidence. 4. Challenging fear. Fear is often a difficult barrier for people with low self-esteem. The proper steps to challenge fear are: Step 1. Face your fears. Step 2. Assess the source of the fear. The third step is to think about the possible consequences of the fear. After analyzing these steps, we realize that the outcome of the fear is not so terrible and far from unacceptable. Therefore, the true meaning of challenging fear is inner growth. It's about the courage to take responsibility for yourself. It's not about challenging the external environment. 5. Goal implementation. Continuous goal execution can significantly increase self-confidence. In every small accomplishment, we receive constant feedback on our self-perception and assessment of our abilities. This feedback is a source of motivation for us to continue to move forward in our goals. 6. Self-identification. Self-identity is not blind confidence, but an objective view of our own worth. We can keep track of the things we think we are doing right. We can make a self-identity notebook. This is a good way to improve self-identity. At the same time, what others say about us is how they see us. We have to learn to accept it objectively and absorb it selectively. Asterisk the next 6 elements. Making other people's evaluation systems work for you and increases confidence. 1. Reduce evaluation. We tend to be very concerned about what others say about us. The purpose of reducing judgment is to find useful values in other people's judgments and to reduce the influence of emotions so that we can handle criticism and praise calmly. 2. Refining perception. Perception is the way we see everything. Through repeated reflection and refinement, we can not only sharpen our own feelings, we also become more receptive to different points of view and other people's perspectives on events. In this way, we can broaden our horizons. 3. Absorb approval. We must actively absorb the approval of others. Accept the praise of others with positive responses such as "thank you" and "I will continue to try my best." This helps to build our self-confidence. 4. Dilution. Dilute the negative opinions of others by accepting and agreeing with them. Accept the negativity that others give us and realize that reality is often not as bad as it seems. This reduces the impact of the negative comments on us. 5. Accepting differences and similarities. We must learn to accept people and ideas that are different from our own. But we don't have to accept everything. We only need to accept the parts that are helpful and beneficial to us. This can enrich our thinking and insight. 6. Break the circle. We need to accept more different people in our circle of life in order to increase our cognitive level. Positive cueing habits can be a motivator in the face of difficulties and challenges. Negative cues, on the other hand, are like a curse, bringing bad results. There are three kinds of negative cues: terrorizing results, stigmatizing results, rationalized results. We must begin by recognizing the positive and negative aspects of self-suggestion, transforming negative cues into positive cues. Through the law of repetition, the law of delay, and the law of continuity, we can continually reinforce the effects of our cues to build greater self-confidence. Fear and desire are like the two ends of a balance line. The middle is our comfort zone. The greater the fear, the less the desire. Conversely, the lesser the fear, the greater the desire. People with low self-esteem are often ruled by fear. They're in a constant race with their fears. Self-confident people chase their desires, and through hard work, they get closer and closer to their goals. By balancing fear and desire, we actually balance low self-esteem with confidence. To build confidence, you need motivation. And the source of that motivation is internal motivation. Internal motivation includes cognitive drive, self-improvement drive, affiliative drive. Cognitive drive is the desire to explore the world and gain knowledge. It stems from curiosity about the unknown. Self-development drive is a springboard for realizing dreams and aspirations. It stems from the desire to succeed and the determination to excel. Accomplishment drive is the need to satisfy the approval of others, because the attitudes and perceptions of others are uncontrollable. This inner drive is relatively unstable. To truly build self-confidence, we must change the purpose of learning and working to be for our own good. Only then will we have the courage to challenge the odds. How do you develop assertive behavior? Looking someone in the eye during a conversation conveys trust and respect. However, people with low self-confidence tend to avoid looking at others in social situations. They focus too much on their own weaknesses. They worry too much about what others think. A glance from another person can make them feel anxious. To improve this situation, we can try the following three methods. First, the method of responding to feelings. Follow your subconscious behavior instead of controlling our eyes. If we follow our subconscious behavior, we can reduce our nervousness and look at people naturally. The second method is to practice eye contact. If your eyes don't look natural, consciously challenge your inner nerves and fears. Try looking into the other person's eyes and gradually increase the amount of time you look at them. Third, lower your expectations. By letting the other person know you're not confident, you lower your expectations. When the other person's expectations are lowered, we feel less pressure to speak more naturally. Setting an achievable goal increases self-identity and boosts self-confidence. It's important to set goals that are achievable. If the goal is too ambitious and unattainable, it's counterproductive and can undermine self-confidence. So, how do we set achievable goals? There are three principles to goal setting. Goals that are achievable, goals that can be evaluated, goals that can be executed. After setting a goal, you will need to break it down in order to increase the success of the goal. The first step is to break it down over time. After you set a goal, you need to define what needs to be accomplished each day in order to gradually achieve the larger goal. Step 2. Break it down by method. Find the right way to achieve your goal and make sure you're moving toward it every step of the way. Step 3. Create a goal calendar. Write down what needs to be done each day ahead of time and check off if it's done that day. If not, write down why you didn't do it. When each day's sub-goal is accomplished, the final goal is accomplished. Learning is the process of seeking truth and improving cognition. People with low self-esteem are often trapped in their own way of thinking about the world. And as our cognition improves, so does our access to truth. We have more and more opportunities to touch the truth, facing life authentically and facing challenges with confidence. It's an important step toward effective learning and self-confidence. Growth can be measured in 3 dimensions. First, psychological growth. We must learn to accept ourselves, to establish a correct self-perception, and to face, objectively, the evaluation of others. We must also learn to reduce the power of emotions over us, to think consciously when emotions arise, to replace emotional inertia with rational judgment. Second, cognitive growth. Cognition determines how we view the world. Cognitive growth can be divided into an input system and an output system. Input is the process of taking in new knowledge. Input can be enhanced by improving learning, communication, and listening skills. Output is the process of using the input knowledge. The output system can grow by improving logic, expression, and influence. Third, skill growth. Skill growth includes professional skills, work experience, and special skills. Skill growth can be divided into unidimensional and multidimensional skills. Unidimensional competence refers to a specific professional skill. Multidimensional competence emphasizes synthesis. Having multidimensional skills is more advantageous than having a single skill. People who lack self-confidence tend to ignore their own value. We need to explore our own value to improve our self-confidence. How do we find our own worth? Learning how to make the right comparisons can help us discover our own worth. Don't compare your weaknesses to other people's strengths. We only need to compare ourselves to our past selves. This will not only build your confidence, but also give you a deeper understanding of yourself. It's not your ability that's holding you back, it's your mindset. People with low self-esteem often set limits for themselves, but they mistake these limitations for a lack of ability. 5 signs of self-imposed limitations are: being afraid to break a habit, fear of appearing in public, fear of taking action, being afraid to solve problems, not daring to change course. Breaking through your limitations is the only way to embrace unlimited possibilities. Here are some ways to help you break through your limitations. The first step is to recognize that you are setting limits. The second step is to include your abilities in the evaluation of your results and to determine your rate of success. If the success rate is greater than 51%, you can give it a try. Step 3, challenge yourself with something you haven't been good at before. Step 4, let go of your obsession with your image and don't worry about intentional behavior. Step 5, express yourself in public. Step 6, challenge your comfort zone. Everyone has a unique gift. Talents can be categorized as either exogenous or endogenous. Endogenous talents are the most valuable. They include 4 broad categories: logical abilities, self-awareness, interpersonal balance, and observational skills. The development of reasoning skills can be divided into 3 steps. Step 1. Whenever you encounter something, ask for the root cause. Step 2. Sort out solutions and develop concrete actions. Step 3. Review results and summarize lessons learned. Asterisk the development of self-awareness. There are 2 common problems that need to be corrected. First, don't always ask why. For example, why don't they like me? Why is this happening to me? This type of question is usually a sign of resentment. It doesn't really solve the problem. Second, don't blame others for bad things. In fact, the root cause of most problems is ourselves. We need to review the situation to see the warning and value of what has happened. How to do this? First, prepare a notebook. Record in detail the time, people, place, process, and outcome of the incident. Finally, summarize it. By systematically reviewing the incident, we can make the right judgment. Summarize the lessons learned to provide reference and guidance for the future. To improve interpersonal balance, you must learn to listen. People who are good listeners are able to sense the emotions of others and gain trust. If you're not a good listener, remember that when you listen, it's more important to hear the emotion than the content. And don't get caught up in the other person's emotions. Okay, that's the essence of confidence awakening. Growth is not just about expectations and hopes. It's the drive to move forward into the unknown. Confidence is the light that keeps us going. May we all learn from this book. May we all realize the power of confidence. Embark on a journey to rebuild confidence. Develop confident behaviors. Practice the habit of confidence. Cultivate a confident communication style. Feel the grandeur and love of confidence. Confront yourself. Reconcile with yourself. Embrace a better you. Congratulations on listening to another book. Thanks for your support and interest. Please subscribe to the Audible Wisdom channel and share this valuable knowledge with your friends. Let's combine wisdom and practice to achieve our life goals. Create a better future. Thank you. See you next time.